Hello folks, welcome to G67 1.28 Order of Operations. This is a tough worksheet. Let's get right at it. I'm going to do 4 of the problems. There's a total of, I think, 10 or 12 on the sheet. You're going to have to work through the rest on your own, but I want to give you an idea of how tricky these are and why you have to do it step by step. Okay, so we have brackets here, and you have nested brackets, which means you have brackets inside the brackets. So we're going to start with working our way from the inside out. So the first thing I'm going to do here is 6 plus 8. So this would be negative 2 plus, let's see, you can have, that'll be a negative 1 basically, times 6 plus 8 is 14, and that's minus 10, and then bracket divided by 2. Alright, so the next step, I guess inside the brackets I have to multiply. So now I got negative 2 plus, and now inside I've got a negative 14 minus 10, and then that's divided by 2. Okay, I'm still inside the brackets. I can do that next. So now I got minus 2 plus negative 24 divided by 2. This is where most kids make the mistake. You still have to do the division here before you add. So this is a negative 2 plus, well, 12 divided by 2 is, sorry, 24 divided by 2 is 12. It's going to be a negative 12. And now you just have two like signs there, negative 2 plus negative 12. So this is a negative 14 on that one there. Okay, this next one, this is the easiest one of the bunch, I think. Starting from the inside, you got to do this first. So you got inside the brackets, you got 4 plus, and in the parentheses, that looks like that's a negative 47. That whole thing times 2. So we can still combine these guys here. So that's going to be, look like that's going to be, it's 2 different signs. So the difference between those is going to be 43. 43, and that's going to be negative. And that is going to be the whole thing. And that's going to be times 2. So 43 times 2 is 86, and that's going to be a negative 86. Hey folks, this is a tough problem. As you can see, I've already erased it here. I want to make it a little more clear. All right, we're going to start off here. We're going to do this first. And 3 minus 27, so this is minus 24. And this is negative 2 squared plus a negative. And then that's negative 24. We still have divided by a negative 2 over here. Okay, so next we have to do the exponents. So this exponent here is actually, I made some notes over here for you. That's actually a negative 2 times a negative 2. So this will be 4 plus a negative 24 divided by a negative 2. Now, another way to think about this negative here is a negative 1 times the negative 24. So I'm going to do that. That's multiplication. So now I've got 4 plus 24 divided by, you notice I dropped the brackets there, divided by a negative 2. So now I have to do the 24 divided by a negative 2. And, you know, if it makes you feel warm and fuzzy, you can put those on there. 24 divided by 2 is 12, and it's one negative sign, so it's going to be negative 12. So you have 4 plus that negative 12, which gives you negative 8 when you combine those. So that's a tough problem. That's upper level. I should maybe take that extra negative sign out of there to make that a little bit simpler to do. All right, well, I forgot to hit the record button, so I worked this problem without the camera on. So instead of rewriting, I'll just take you through it. So the first thing I have to do here is you have to do the 8 plus the 2. So when you do that and you recopy everything, you've got 15 minus 10 times 4. And in the bottom, you have negative 2 plus a negative 3. The next step you have to do is you can multiply the 10 times 4. So now I have 15 minus 40. On the bottom, you have negative 2 plus a negative 3. When you combine 15 and 40, you have negative 40. You have negative 25 divided by a negative 2 plus negative 3. And then down on the bottom, negative. You're done with everything on the top. Now we just have to do the bottom. Negative 2 plus negative 3 is negative 5. So now you have 25 divided by 5, which is 5, and it's a positive 5 because you have two negative symbols here, both negatives. All right, as you work through these, just a couple of pointers. Be careful. These here, this is not -3. -3 looks like this. This is actually this entire quantity that's in brackets here times a -3. See how it's a little bit different, the negative sign? So it's times the -3. You can think about it this way, if that makes it easier. And that's the same thing here. You can think about this. This is going to be times a -4. That's why I said multiply with a negative integer right here. I pointed that out. Okay, good luck. There's another one I see right here. I'll just point out. Slide this down just a touch. This problem right here. Remember, that's going to be it's going to be a -1 times what's inside there. Okay? Good luck.